Emily Carter stood in her corner office, overlooking Seattle's waterfront, reviewing reports as executives congratulated her on another record-breaking quarter. At 31, she had become the youngest CEO in Carter Industries history, earning respect through intelligence and hard work, rather than family connections. Despite her success, her personal life remained the subject of endless speculation among the city's elite for nearly a year. Emily had been quietly dating Daniel Brooks, a kind-hearted single father who worked as an independent business consultant while raising his 9-year-old daughter, Sophie. Daniel lived in a modest suburban home, drove an aging pickup truck, and spent every free moment with his daughter. Emily admired his honesty, compassion, and unwavering devotion to family, qualities she rarely found in the wealthy social circle she had grown up around. One Saturday evening, Emily and Daniel attended the Carter Foundation's annual charity gala at the luxurious Carter estate. The event attracted celebrities, politicians, investors, and influential business leaders from across the United States. Crystal chandeliers illuminated the grand ballroom, while a string quartet played softly in the background. Guests arrived in expensive designer clothing and luxury cars, making Daniel's simple navy suit and modest appearance stand out immediately. Although many smiled politely, whispers spread through the room as people questioned why the successful CEO had chosen someone who appeared to have so little. Richard Carter, Emily's billionaire father and founder of Carter Industries, watched from the staircase with growing frustration. He had spent months trying to convince his daughter to end the relationship, believing Daniel was using her to gain access to the Carter fortune. Without taking the time to learn anything about Daniel's character, Richard judged him entirely by appearances. As the evening's speeches concluded, Richard stepped onto the stage and called Emily forward. She sensed something was wrong, but remained calm. Daniel quietly stood beside her, offering silent support, looking at the crowded ballroom. Richard spoke firmly. "My daughter is making the biggest mistake of her life. She has chosen a man with no wealth, no status, and no future worthy of our family." The room fell silent. Emily reached for Daniel's hand. "You're wrong," she replied. His kindness, honesty, and love for his daughter make him richer than many people in this room. Richard's face hardened with anger. "If you insist on staying with him, you are no longer my heir. Effective immediately, you are removed from Carter Industries and disinherited from every family asset." Gasps echoed throughout the ballroom as cameras captured the shocking announcement. Emily looked around the room before smiling at Daniel. "Money can build companies," she said calmly, "but it can't build trust, love, or a family without another word." She walked out of the mansion with Daniel, leaving behind her title, inheritance, and the luxurious life she had always known. Neither of them revealed the truth, that Daniel quietly controlled a vast private investment empire worth billions of dollars. He had hidden his fortune for years, wanting to be valued for his character instead of his wealth. That secret would soon change the Carter family's future, forever. 6 months after leaving the Carter estate, Emily Carter had built a peaceful new life with Daniel Brooks and his 9-year-old daughter, Sophie. In a quiet Seattle neighborhood, gone were the endless boardroom battles, glamorous galas, and constant pressure of living under her father's expectations. Emily worked as a strategic advisor for a growing technology startup, enjoying the freedom to make decisions based on her own values. Instead of protecting the Carter family name, Daniel continued living modestly, driving the same old pickup truck and wearing simple clothes, never giving anyone a reason to suspect the extraordinary fortune he quietly controlled through a network of private investment companies. Emily respected his privacy and never questioned why. He often attended confidential business meetings in different cities. Meanwhile, Carter Industries was facing the worst crisis in its history. Richard Carter's aggressive expansion plans had failed, leaving the company burdened with enormous debt. Investors lost confidence, stock prices plunged, and creditors demanded immediate repayment. Newspapers across America reported that the once powerful business empire was on the edge of bankruptcy. Desperate to save everything he had built, Richard searched for a mysterious investor who had quietly purchased a controlling share of the company's stock through several private investment firms. No one knew the buyer's identity, and rumors spread throughout the financial world. An emergency board meeting was scheduled at Carter Industries headquarters. Directors, attorneys, financial advisors, and major shareholders gathered in the executive conference room, anxiously waiting for the unknown investor to appear. Richard expected a ruthless billionaire, determined to dismantle the company for profit. Instead, the conference room doors opened, and Daniel Brooks walked inside with Emily by his side. A wave of stunned silence filled the room. Richard stared at Daniel in disbelief. "What are you doing here?" he asked. Daniel calmly placed a folder on the conference table containing legal documents, confirming that his private investment group now owned the controlling interest in Carter Industries. He explained that years earlier, he had founded an innovative cybersecurity company, later selling part of it for billions of dollars, before quietly building one of America's largest private investment firms. Choosing a modest lifestyle had been a personal decision to protect his daughter from unwanted attention and to discover who valued people for their character rather than their wealth. Richard lowered his eyes as the truth finally became impossible to deny. "I'm not here to humiliate anyone," Daniel said calmly. "I'm here because thousands of hardworking employees deserve a future." He announced a complete financial restructuring that would eliminate the company's debt, preserve every employee's job, and restore Carter Industries to stability. There was only one condition. Emily would become the new chairwoman, leading the company with integrity and compassion instead of pride and prejudice. Overcome with regret, Richard slowly stood and looked at his daughter. Tears filled his eyes as he admitted he had judged Daniel by appearances and allowed arrogance to blind him. Emily accepted his apology, believing forgiveness was stronger than resentment. As the meeting ended, Carter Industries received a second chance, and Richard finally understood that true wealth is measured not by the size of a fortune, but by the strength of one's character and the people willing to stand beside you. When everything else is gone,